Hey Poke fans, today I want to vent with you about the many variations in the Topps Pokemon cards. And I want to talk about a new way that I want to organize my Topps cards. So let's get right into it. I don't know how much you're into Topps Pokemon card collecting. I never was. Of course, I was a purist. I wanted just the Wizards of the Coast and then the Nintendo and whoever else is publishing those cards. And I considered, probably like a lot of collectors, I considered the Topps to be inferior cards, really for children, really more toys than a TCG, which obviously they're not TCG, they're really just for collecting. But recently I've kind of gotten back into them, and I found so much confusion regarding the different treatments on the cards. And so I've spent the last week going through my collection, reading over Bulbapedia, reading chat boards, looking at listings, and I wanted to share with you what I learned from that. So we'll just start with this one page. This is how I used to store my Topps Pokemon cards, right? You have the basic card, so this is my Charmander, and then you have a foil card. So here's that same card in foil. Now I used to have this Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, like your basic collection would go. And then I started getting these other cards, right? So I went to this system with the 3 cards. So it's the basic one, the smooth foil, and then the card in chrome. And then, and by the way, my Charizard smooth foil is not the greatest, but that's what that page looks like. And then I started getting other kinds of Topps cards. Right? Let's take a look at this Charmeleon. I had my smooth finish, my foil finish, my chrome card, and then I got this guy with some kind of texture on it. So I said, well, that's okay. I'll turn the page over, and I'll just stick it in there. But then I got this other foil card with this other texture on it. And then I got this foil card with this other texture on it. And then I learned about the different chrome treatments and the different logo colors. And really, this 6-slot system is just not going to work anymore. So what I'm going to do today is transfer my Clefable cards into a new 9-pocket. And I'm going to use one whole page for each Pokemon. So on this one, of course, I was able to fit 3, right? Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. But what I'm going to do is I'll have a whole page of Charmanders, whole page of Charmeleons, and a whole page of Charizards in my effort to capture them all, to capture all of these different Topps cards. So I'm going to use my Clefables because that's probably the Pokemon where I'm furthest along. And this is the basic card, right? This is your basic Clefable. And this is from the first printing. How do we know? We know it's from the first printing because, let me try and focus there. We know it's from the first printing because it has that blue rectangular logo on the back. This guy right here, that little blue thing. Now I understand that in foreign countries, this logo was different in a lot of ways. It could be a circle, it could be an oval, but in the US it was this rectangle. So the first printing of the first series, and series 1 is cards 1 through 76, which is Golem. I believe Golem was the last Pokemon in the series 1 Pokemon cards released. Now Topps also released episode cards, movie cards, various chase cards. That's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about just the Pokemon cards, so the character cards. So this was the first printing of the first series, the cards 1 through 76. This is the first printing of it, and you can tell because of the blue rectangle. The second printing looks exactly the same. I understand there were some wording changes. I really don't care. But it looks exactly the same, but it has a black rectangle. The third printing, same, but it has a, but it has this green rectangle. And then the fourth printing, I don't have Clefable, so I've got this little Raticate here, but the fourth printing had this red logo, which to me actually looks like looks like a pink logo, but maybe that's just my eyes. So when I go through all my cards, this red logo, the fourth printing one, is the one that I seem to have the least of. I have the most blues, I have a lot of blacks, I have some greens, and then a few of the reds. But this is the fourth printing. There's some kind of fifth printing according to Bulbapedia. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to ignore that that exists, but it might become relevant as we go. So this is the basic. And what I want to do is I want to go, as far as organization, I want to go blue, black, green, and I'm going to put this Eradicate in here for now just to fill up this 9 pocket, and then I'll fix my binder later. So to start my new system, I want to go blue, black, green, red. Okay, and then I want to start getting into the foil cards. So each of these cards comes in a foil version. This is the plain foil version. And it's just a smooth, shiny version of that same card. And the logo on the back of this is blue. There's something that says that after this, there's some kind of error in the printing, and the foils after this all had black. I don't know. Again, that's something we'll get into in just a little bit. But this is a plain smooth foil card, so I'm going to go with that next. Now, the foil cards were also printed in... I'm so sorry about this focusing issue. The foil cards were also printed in a rainbow foil. So where the first one, I guess I should have left that out. Where the first one was just kind of plain and shiny, right? Just shiny. You can kind of see my camera reflected there, just plain and shiny. The rainbow is shiny, and you get this holographic rainbow effect. So when you hear people talking about rainbow foil, this is what they're talking about. So I want to go my blue, black, green, red, smooth foil, rainbow foil, and then they had this process they call debossing. I guess it's raising the paper versus embossing, which is pressing the paper. But they started doing this debossing on the second printing. We're still in that first series of cards, so don't confuse the series with the printing. Okay, in the first series, they had 5 different print runs. And then after that, nobody cares. It's all one run, even though they were running multiple batches. But in that first series, there are all these variations. So this is the second printing, and it has these raised, I guess, debossed sun rays pattern. So this is the second printing. Now, here's the thing. Bulbapedia said that after there was this mistake, right? That after that first run, all holos were printed with the black logo. As we can see here, this one has a black logo. But I found foil cards in later runs with the blue logo. So again, I'm not going to get into that. I am trying to catch them all, but I don't want to drive myself too crazy doing that. So this is the second printing, and how we can tell this card from, goodness, that's all you know, that's a brand new 9 pocket, right? This card is from the second print run because of the rays. Now the third print run had flames, and according to Bulbapedia, flames and teardrops. These all look like flames to me. You know, tiny little flames. You see them? I don't have the Clefable from this run, from the third printing. So I'm showing you this Raichu that has a pretty nice flame pattern to it. So this was from the third printing. And then there's the fourth printing. And the way you can tell you've got a card from the fourth printing is the debossing has, according to Bulbapedia, Pokeballs and targets, so you can kind of see those. And it's not easy to tell, but you can feel those patterns are raised on the card. Okay, and then this has the black logo. Oh, there's some kind of paint peel off there. Okay, so this is from the 4th run of the first series Pokemon cards. Now, we know that, so this would be what a new page would look like. It would be all Clefables, all in the order that these cards are run. But then, we know, Topps also made those beautiful Chrome cards, right? So, I still need room to put my Chrome version, and this is my Chrome Clefable. Okay, really, really pretty. You can see a combination of all the different debossings. You see the sunrays, you see the Pokeballs. So that's a pretty basic Topps Chrome Pokemon card. And you can see that the logo changes for Chrome. So I'm going to put this right, well, you know what? I want to compare it to some of the other cards. So I'm going to set it there for now. Then I discovered that it's not enough to just have these Chrome cards, right? Topps has to just be difficult, and it added these other types of treatments. It has the rainbow, which they're calling Spectra. So it has a rainbow treatment. It's not just a Chrome card. So, and I don't have the Clefable in this with the Spectra treatment, but it's a Chrome card that when you move it around in the light, you get that rainbow holographic effect. So it doesn't seem that obvious on this one. I tried to get one in the same color spectrum, but there you can see it a little bit, that rainbowing effect, versus the basic Chrome card where it's just shiny. You see how we don't get any rainbow effect in there? And we go back to this guy, and you can see the, you know, the prism effect trying to come out as I move it around in the light. Okay, so, and the way that you can tell you've got a Spectra Chrome card is that you've still got that same oval logo on the back, but they actually put it there for you. It says Spectra Chrome. So, you know, sometimes I'll sit with my pages under the light and I'll just wiggle them back and forth to see what I have. But really, you can just look on the back and they'll tell you. So I have my basic Chrome, I have my Spectra Chrome, but of course, Topps isn't going to leave it there because they're just terrible. They're nasty. I want to make it hard on us collectors. They add the Sparkle Chrome. So same card, super glittery. These ones are very difficult to get, although according to Bulbapedia, you got one of these in every 10 packs. So I don't know why they're as valuable as they are. These cards are pretty difficult to buy. They're pretty expensive. And luckily these just happen to be ones that came in my collection. And again, you can tell that it's a Sparkle Chrome card because they say Sparkle Chrome. And then that's what the back looks like, and that's the logo. But then we got to go one level up, right? Now, I don't have the Clefable in the next level card, but I do have this Rattata. And the Rattata, this is the hardest card to get, according to Bulbapedia. I forget what the ratio was, but it was something like 1 in 15 packs had a Tekno Chrome card. And that one has the holographic effect as you move it, but in a grid pattern. Okay, so I happen to have Techno Chrome. Lucky me. This was before I knew the difference between all of these. I was just like, oh, a Chrome, you know, Rattata. I'll just throw it in my collection. Then once I learned the differences, I went back through and I found that I had this Techno Chrome Rattata card. And again, they're going to tell you right there, this is a Techno Chrome card. Okay, so here I have 4 more candidates for my page. I've got the, how am I going to do this? I've got the regular Chrome, and again, I'm just going to put this in here for this video, but I've got the Rainbow Chrome or the Spectra Chrome, and then I've got the Sparkle Chrome, and then I've got this grid pattern, whoops, I've got this grid pattern Techno Chrome card. Okay, so Now you would think my page would be done, right? But as I'm going through my cards, I find this other clefable, and this clefable has, it's a foil card. It has the debossed rays, so that's actually a texture there. And it has the rainbow, the spectra effect. You see that holographic effect? And so I don't even know what to do with this thing, because it's a combination of the foil or the spectra effect, the rainbow effect, and the debossing that indicates that this was a second run. So if we go back to the front, I had, if you remember, the plain foil, the rainbow foil, and the sorry. Okay, so I had the plain foil, the smooth foil card, I had the rainbow foil card, and I had the second run card that had the debossed rays on it. Now I find myself with this, oops. And if you're thinking this is the same card, I wanted to show you that it's not. So this is the foil card from the second run with the debossed rays on it, right? And it's just, you can see it's just shiny, versus this one that's got that holographic effect as I move it around, and it has the debossed rays. So I don't know if this is the 5th printing that Bulbapedia is talking about, because this one has a black logo. I'm really not sure what this is. I'm not sure if this exists in all the other color logos. Is there a debossed rainbow foil, green logo, red logo? Is there a blue logo version of this thing? I don't know. So I know that all of these things exist. I know that there's the basic card. I know that there's this basic card with the blue logo, the black logo, the green logo, and the red logo. I know there's the smooth foil, the rainbow foil, the debossed sunrays, the debossed flames, the debossed Pokeballs and targets, and the regular chrome, the Spectra Chrome or the Rainbow Chrome, the Sparkle Chrome, and the Techno Chrome. What this thing is, I don't know. So what I'm planning on doing is these other spaces here are going to be the parking spots for any unknown, Bigfoot unicorn cards like this that I find, and he's going to go in there. So you can see why I need to change my storage system, right? The old system, I could go 3 Pokemon on a page, 3 across, even 3 across the back, and that gave me storage for 6 variations of cards. But I found, just for this clefable here, so far, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 variations of the same card. So this drove me crazy for the longest time. I mean, it's still driving me crazy, right? Who wants to look at all these little logo colors and flip them around in the light? But I'm determined to catch them all. So I'm going to switch to this 1 page per Pokemon system, and hopefully, 10 years from now, I'll be back having completed my tops, having caught all the tops cards, and I'll share my collection with you at that time. I do want to point out that Series 2 and 3 had none of these problems. Series 2 and 3 were so nice, and Series 2 was cards 77 to 117, I think. It picked up where Gollum left off, and then the last card in Series 2 is Seadra. And then Series 3 took it all the way up to 151, with 150 being Mewtwo and 151 being Mew. But they didn't have all of these different printings. And so for Series 2 and 3, I can keep my collection the way it is. This new system is only for the Series 1, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, possibly 5th printing cards, which can go, as we talked about, all the way up to 15, maybe 16. Who knows how many cards I'm going to end up with there. But the Series 2 and 3 cards were so nice. They were so nice and simple. There's your plain card. There's your smooth foil card. There's your basic chrome card. And then I don't have a lot of the special chromes, but there's room on the back for my Sparkle Chrome or my Spectra Chrome, Sparkle Chrome, Techno Chrome, right? It'll fit perfectly. So we go plain, smooth foil, regular chrome, Spectra, Sparkle, Techno. Well, we're back here. Let's just sort of enjoy this really, really pretty sparkle Gyarados I happen to luck out on. Anyway, so I just wanted to point that out. That's it for now. Talked on long enough. Until next time, catch 'em all.